Hello, this is Ellen Macheski again. Today I will pick up from junior high and tell you about what my life was like back then. I left off when my birth dad had left, and we still lived on Noyes Street. Well, during this time, we would take these trips to Skokie. And if any of you know the Chicago area, Evanston is north, Skokie is west, and back then it was primarily a Jewish community. But we would go to this guy's house, and he had a boy and a girl, and there was no mom at the house. And we would go over there for like dinner, and then we would stay the night over there. And, I was a little kid, so I didn't put too much together very much until all of a sudden the three of us girls from my mom were in a courtroom, and the judge was asking us if we were okay with changing our last name. Well, of course we had to say yes, because that's what mom told us to say. None of us realized what it meant. So then we moved to a house on Sheridan Road, which it was directly across the street from Lighthouse Beach. And if you know the Evanston area and Sheridan Road area, Lighthouse Beach is a landmark, and it is a functioning lighthouse, and you can go up in it and take tours. And we lived across the street and spent every summer at the beach, because once we got to be a certain age, mom didn't have to go with us, and we just crossed the street by ourselves and went to the beach. And there were lifeguards there, and we all knew how to swim. We'd been swimming forever. And that's where we would spend the summer. And as we got a little older, we ventured farther up the campus and tried Lee Street Beach and the Northwestern Beach and that. But pretty much we grew up at Lighthouse Beach. And in the winter, Patton Gymnasium. We would go swimming there. So I was going to Haven Junior High with my sisters. And 8th grade year, I caught mono at summer camp. No, I didn't kiss a boy at summer camp. It was only a girls' camp. But somehow I caught the virus. And my 8th grade year, I spent mostly in bed. I had it for 3/4 of the year, and the teachers just gave me B's and C's and said she's good to go. So they did not hold me back, even though I missed like 200 and something days. I mean, it was bad. I could not even climb a staircase without resting every few steps. So that was a really bad year. My 8th grade year pretty much sucked. And then I started high school at ETHS, which was to me a huge conglomeration of all different kinds of kids from all over the city. And it was really intimidating to me because I was an introvert. I was shy. I did not make friends really easily. And so to be in hallways with all of these people just like gave me fits. I was not happy, did not like it at all. And on top of that, we had to get to school by ourselves. So we could either walk for 45 minutes or an hour, or we could take the bus. But that was a real treat, too. So we took a bus for a little while, and as soon as my sister got her license, we went in the car. So I graduated from high school in 3 years instead of 4 because I couldn't stand it. I did not like high school at all. Too big, too overwhelming, too many negative experiences, getting my money stolen by being backed up against a wall one day. I mean, it was just, couldn't go to the bathroom by yourself. You had to go with a friend for safety reasons. It was just horrible. Horrible. So, during that time was the Vietnam War. And when the hippies came out of the woodwork, and yes, I was a hippie, we used to hang out at People's Park in Evanston, which was directly across from part of the campus. And by this time, my dad, stepdad, was dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. So they had just built Rebecca Crown Center, and that's where his office was. And directly across the street was his daughter and the town hippies. So, needless to say, he wasn't too thrilled about that. But I really didn't care. It's terrible, but I didn't. I really was into the freedom part, the expressing myself part. I was not into anything negative or anything disruptive. I did go on the march against the war, I have to say. But my part with that was more not believing in killing other people rather than not supporting the guys who had to go. Big difference. So, since I graduated a year early, and as you can tell, my dad is not really into participating in his children's lives, he did not want me around the house for an extra year. Well, I didn't have any intention of being around the house. But I had applied to college in Colorado, and I was supposed to go the following August. So he did not want August to August with me doing nothing. So he and my mom took me down to the Drake Hotel in Chicago, and I had an interview to go to school in Europe. I really wasn't really keen on this, but it was one of those things that was presented like, you're doing it. So, of course, I got in. I mean, I'm sure everybody who wanted to pay for it got in. But it was a good experience for me because it was the first time I was going to be by myself on my own and having to figure some stuff out. And I've taken enough of your time already, so I will continue my story tomorrow.